Hey guys, Foxdrop here with another Unranked to Diamond gameplay. Today we're playing as Fizz Jungle. This is AD Bruiser Fizz. This is a new thing which has come around since Fizz's change, where he was kind of changed from an AP champion and is now pretty good as a AD Bruiser champion. And in my opinion, Fizz is a really good jungler now, and so I'm going to hopefully teach you guys how to play him. So what do we do in this Unranked to Diamond series? What we do here is we try to teach you guys how to gain elo. We teach you how to deal with the trolls, how to deal with the rages, because everyone hates those. We teach you how to be a good teammate as well, because that often goes overlooked in my opinion. Of course, we're going to teach you specific champions and specific roles. Won't just be playing jungle. Leave some suggestions in the comments as well if you have them. And of course, guys, we want to have fun. Now, the previous episode that we did was Jungle Vi. Also have a 3-minute Vi guide out on my channel, so you can watch both those videos if you want to learn how to play Vi. But today, Fizz Jungle, Runes and Masteries, I like to go either go a full attack speed page, or you can go for AD Reds, attack speed Quints, Armour Yellows, Magic Resist Blues, or CDR Blues, or even AP Blues if you want. Different things you can run, but I would get some attack speed in there. Fizz tends to rely a lot on the attack speed, and Masteries go 2190 or 2109 or 3000 if you want to be really ballsy and really ham. I'm sure that will appeal to some of you guys. So the thing with the new AD Bruiser Fizz Jungle is you want to be maxing your W. A lot of your power comes from your auto attacks and your W. It used to come from your burst damage as an AP champion, but now it's more like your sustain damage and the power you have when your W is up. So that's what I'm going to be maxing this game, and that's what I get at level 1. Now what you get at level 2, you can either get Q or E, it doesn't really matter. You'll see that Fizz is actually pretty decent at clearing, and what I'm doing here is I'm just going to start the Gromp and smite it immediately. I'm starting at the Gromp because that's the camp that I get the most help from, and now I'm just going to go over to this blue buff, kill this away as well immediately. I probably should have got Q level 2 here just so you can use it more times and kill it a bit faster, but I wanted the E for the AoE damage. Not a big deal either way. You'll see as well that we've got Ashe is AFK. That's not good, but she'll come back and it'll all be good, no problem. I'm going to kill off the minis here just so that this can focus on the big wolf by itself. Now I'm still in two minds as to whether or not this is a good thing, because the mini monsters tend to actually hurt you a fair amount, so you can just kill those off quickly. But if it takes you a lot of time to do that, then it's not worth doing. And I'm not sure whether or not that was worth me doing, whether I should have killed the minis down the walls or whether I should just focus the big wolf. Who knows? But right now I'm going to go and try and kill this scuttle crab. Where's he gone? He's down here. Okay, I'm going to kill the scuttle crab here because I don't really have enough. Like right now I have the gold to go and buy my tier 2 jungle item, but I didn't in the past. So I didn't want to go and waste my time standing in the spawn waiting for... What the... That was a pretty big juke. Waiting for the gold. So I'm just going to kill the scuttle crab. I'm going to get bonus gold from that. And now I'm going to go recall and buy my jungle item now. That does put me back a little bit as far as time goes, but at least I get a bit of extra gold, so it's fine. I'm also going to buy a Skirmisher's Saber. Now, a Skirmisher's Saber is great on Fizz. It's a fairly decent item overall, but it's one of those kind of, in my opinion, like a situational thing, and is something which you don't have to get on champions, and it's not very common either. But on Fizz it's very good, because what Fizz does is he has a lot of his damage is damage over time anyway. So you can... Holy cow, this mini one didn't die. So you kind of just add an extra dot, and he also doesn't need the Ranger's Trailblazer to clear. Most champions you would get Ranger's Trailblazer, but you don't need to on Fizz. Now I've been counter jungled here. Who's this? Master Yi. Maybe I should have seen that coming. Master Yi tends to be quite aggro, so well, that kind of sucks, but at the end of the day that's not really a huge issue, because the buff itself doesn't really give you as much as it used to back in the day. So he can steal my stuff, and it's not really a massive deal. I guess, did he not take it, or he might have started that really early, I guess, if it's already ran out. So I'm gonna get my W at level 2 here, or level 4, max my W. Have you tried plugging it back in? I was going to say I'm going to try and kill this Master Yi, but he's just dead, so never mind. We have an AFK whose mouse isn't working, so that kind of sucks, but we'll make do. I'm going to kill this Rift Scuttler here as well. It's going to give me a bit of extra gold. It's also going to heal me a tiny bit, because you can This bloody thing needs to stop juking me like for miles. Like, I'm okay with it juking a little while, but holy crap. Juking me that far? It's a bit rude. But yeah, I just wanted the extra gold from that mostly. It gives you like 80 gold, so whenever you can take the crab, you really should be doing it. I'm going to take the wolves here as well now, and I'm going to smite these because the smite bonus from the wolves is really, really good when you're in the enemy jungle, because what that does is it gives you this like little wolf sentinel here, which will spot people. Now I'm going to run away here because I can't fight that Mastery without my smite up. Mastery is pretty strong in 1v1 fights, because he just has really, really good sustained damage, and if I don't have my smite, I can't apply my challenging smite. But I'm going to try and fight him here. We'll see what's up. I do have a bit of mana so I can run away, and also I see that I have a team to come help me, so that's good. Even though I couldn't fight that guy 1v1, I still had a pretty good confidence that I could do it, because I knew that I had... Okay, this guy's flashing after me, so I'm just going to E away. I knew that I had like the backup to do it as well. I was keeping my eye on the minimap. So I'm going to recall here and go and get some items. I think on Fizz, you want to be going for a Devourer. So it's quite important that you get that as soon as you can, because Devourer is an item that stacks. And unlike the Feral Flare, which used to be able to generate stacks as soon as you got your machete, unlike Feral Flare, your Devourer stacks only start stacking once you have bought the item itself. So as soon as you can afford to get that Devourer, you want to be doing that, and just start getting those 6 stacks going. And that's what I'm going to be looking to do as well. So I want to get I want to power farm a little bit for the gold. And I may look to try and do something around this bot side, just because I think that's probably going to be a bit of free CS there, free farm, because there's no AD carry. But I also don't want to like gank that lane, because there's just no point. Like, there's, you know, nothing good is going to come out of me ganking this lane unless I'm strong myself. But I do want to try and pick up some of the CS myself, just because that's free, so I may as well. I'm going to try and get some of these CS, some of the CS here. Oh, okay, we're going in on this. We can probably get there. Oh, that probably wasn't the right direction for the flash there, mate. Ah, Ash is back. Is he? I'm not sure if he's back. I think he's back. Whatever, we get the kills there. The biggest thing about why that worked was because Braun was level 6 and these guys were only level 5. So that was really, really easy. Okay, Ash is now playing with her, the laptop, the touchpad, so that's this is going to be interesting, having an AD carry not even playing with the mouse. But it's to be fair, of all the games for it to happen, it's good that it happens in this game, because they have an AFK themselves. So oh, he's back as well. Alright, so both of our people came back at the same time. Maybe they both had joint mouse issues, who knows. Now normally you don't actually want to be smiting this blue buff, because smiting blue doesn't really give you any bonus. It just makes you kill it faster. Smiting the blue gives you a bunch of mana, and you really don't need that bunch of mana. It's honestly the worst smite bonus. You kind of want to be mindful of what you are using your smite on in the jungle, in the season 5 jungle, and you don't, because you get various buffs from smiting things. And of all the things, blue is by far the worst in my opinion. Wolves in your jungle is pretty bad as well. But the other 3 are fairly decent. Krugs is good for clearing. Chicken buff is just really strong overall. Like this one here is just very powerful for every situation. So you really want to be smiting this whenever you can. And the Gromp is good for clearing as well. But it's just, in my opinion, that's a pretty good one. Now, I am going to smite this one. I kind of didn't want to smite that because I wanted to keep my smite up for if I go to gank. I also don't want to go and gank that top lane, because I think that's a bit rude, because that guy had DC'd. But I'm going to try and see if we can kill this Kale here. I know it's not warded. This is the best thing about this chicken bonus, is that even though it hasn't popped yet, and oh my goodness, pathing please. I know that there's nothing warded here because it hasn't popped. So yeah, it's great for telling you when things are warded, and it's also great for telling you when things aren't warded. So I'm going to wait for this ult to go off, and I'm just going to kill him really easy. The great thing about your W is that I'm pretty sure it does health based on their missing health. Yeah, so the less health someone's on, the more damage it does. So it's really, really good for kind of finishing people off. And so yeah, you do a lot of damage to people who are low on health. But it still does a lot of damage by itself. So that you'll notice as well when I'm clearing, I just use it when things are on full health. Because even though it does extra damage when things are on low health, It still does crazy damage when they're on full health as well. It's still like decent enough. And oftentimes it's just better to use it right at the beginning just so you can get it off cooldown soon as well. But I'm just going to keep clearing here because Fizz's build is quite expensive build, so you want to make sure you have a lot of CS to kind of back up the build. You don't really want to fall short in the build because it's a DPS build mostly, at least to begin with. And if you fall low on money going for a DPS build, then you're just going to be useless because you're not going to have the gold to fulfill that build, and you're not going to have damage, and because you don't have tanky items, you're just going to be useless. Basically, an assassin without damage is probably the most useless thing in this game. Yeah, a tank without tank without items is not as useless, but still, obviously, you want to have items in every situation you can. Right here, I may try to kill this Kayle, but honestly, I'd rather get the CS. I'm also a bit afraid of what would happen if I try and kill her with the CS here, because the CS, like the minions might just turn on me and destroy me. But I'm going to go on her now because I think this is a great time. She can't immediately trade back with me because I'm near the tower, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't have her ulti either. The minions had died as well around that time, so we managed to... I wouldn't have to tank too many minions. Now, arguably, you could easily argue that I should have gone in on her earlier, and you could argue that I was just a bit afraid of the caster minions, whether they would destroy me. And in addition to that, I was also a bit afraid if Master Yi, if I engaged on her out in the open, Master Yi might just come out of nowhere and just kill me. So I needed to be a bit mindful of that as well. But now I'm just going to keep going back to farming. I'm going to keep my eye on the minimap as well to see who needs my help. It's always a good idea to keep your eye on the minimap to see who needs help, because you're the jungler after all. You want to at least, even if people don't need your help, you kind of want to at least stay aware of what they're doing, so you can always stay on top of, know where to go and what to do, and know how your lanes are doing, so you can kind of guess what's going on. For example, I know this Renekton's destroying Udyr because obviously Udyr disconnected and Renekton got an easy early kill. So I know that Renekton's probably doing quite well, which means he's going to be generating a lot of threat, a lot of pressure, which not only means that I don't have to go to help him because he's... Oh wow, I missed the cannon. Because he's not going to need my help, but also because Yi might go there to try and help Udyr. So that opens up a lot of opportunities for me if that does happen. So that's something to bear in mind. I'm going to go... Let's go kill this guy here. Come to me, bro. Nice. Now, you don't really want to use your E as a gap closer on Fizz, if you can help it, but doing so is not really that big of a deal. Especially, I guess, on Bruiser Fizz, it's a bit different. If you guys watching have ever been used to playing AP Fizz, he does play somewhat differently, but at the end of the day, it is also still Fizz, so, it's a bit different, but it's also a lot of the same stuff. I'm going to go buy some potions here, and I'm going to do something kind of risky, and that is go attempt to dragon. And the reason why this is risky is because it's not pink warded, and in order to do dragon, you need to, especially kind of solo and early-ish onto the game like it is now, you need to not be interrupted, you need to not be spotted, and the best way obviously to ensure that that doesn't happen, that you don't get spotted or interrupted, is to just have it pink warded so you know there are no wards there. Now I'm going to go to see if I can salvage something in this bot lane. These guys have fought pretty hard here, this enemy bot lane, so they're probably, yeah, I'm pretty sure this was warded and MF saw me, but poor old Volibear didn't. So he dies very quickly, and you saw how much I chunked that guy when my W... Oh god, please be careful, Ash. When my W was up against that Volibear, because he was on really low health, so pretty easy kills. Now, this is a great time to go to Dragon. Like I say, we don't want to be interrupted, and it's not going to get contested if Master Yi is top lane. So if Master Yi is top lane, this probably isn't warded anyway. Like at lower elos, things tend to not be warded when they should be, so this is most likely not going to be warded either. I'm not even going to smite this, that's how confident I am that it's not warded. So we get to kill it, and when you've got like these challenging smites on something, or like a smite that isn't Ranger's Trailblazer essentially, then you kind of want to hold on to it, because you obviously want to smite people. And if you use your smite on things like Dragon and stuff, then you don't have smite for people. I'm going to smite the Gromp here though, because I still get the Gromp smite bonus, which is good. But yeah, I'm maxing my E second. What you max second on Bruiser Fizz is kind of up to you. I like to go both actually at times. It really is kind of like a preference thing, and one game I'll go one game I'll go the other. I'm also not really 100% sure on which one I want to go, which one I want to be maxing second. So some of it is indecisiveness, but it is, yeah, I don't know, it is kind of up to you. I like to max my E second just because it reduces the cooldown, which means I can use it more frequently and be more slippery. But yeah. So I'm going to go back and just finish my Blader and King. Right at this stage of the game, I'm at a pretty decent power spike because these two items together synergize really, really nicely, and they're just big offensive items. So I'm having a lot of damage right now, which means I want to try and apply the damage I have, like force it down the enemy's throats, which is what I'm going to do here by taking this red buff, and I'm going to go and make some plays somewhere. Now Dragon is down, so it's not like we can make a play around there. If Dragon was up, I would perhaps go bot lane to try and get a kill so we could then transition over to the Dragon. But with Dragon dead, there's no point doing that. Notice how I also picked up a pink ward when I recalled. That's because I want to put a pink ward on the map. So I have a, well, so I have a pink ward on the map, I guess. Nothing to say about that. This is risky as well, using your E over the wall to, like, aggressively, because it means if someone was here, I would be screwed, but because we're so far ahead, it really doesn't matter. And I'm going to sit here and see if someone, like, this reaction is so far ahead, these guys can't do anything to him. Like, he's level 12. Nothing these guys do to him is gonna phase him. Mastery is level 8. This is something which a mistake which I see a fair amount, is that people who are behind tend to stay behind because they don't take the necessary steps to get back into the game, i.e. they don't stop fighting, they keep fighting, and instead of taking a step back and realizing, okay, we're pretty weak right now, we're a bit behind, instead of trying to get back into the game, they just keep trying to force things, and in the end it means that they're not strong enough to force things because they're behind and they're weak, and so it just means that they lose even more, and it just snowballs really, really out of control in a negative way. So because I've seen that Kael's top lane, who's their mid laner, and I don't know where Udyr is, I'm just going to keep pushing this mid down. I'm also really, really strong. Like I said about power spikes, I have a huge power spike here, so I'm just going to want to try my best to force someone to come for me, and when they do come for me, I'm going to want to kill them. I'm going to back off here because this tower's run out of minions. Let's kill these minions and then go back to killing the tower. Right, I see Renekton's top lane getting ganked. I'm going to try and help him here. Although, to be honest, if he's got his ult up, he can just turn around and kill them both, but I don't really want to ult this guy, but I'm going to do it anyway. Alright, so there we go. I rotated to him. We helped him. He doesn't... Actually, he may have died to that kill. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? But still, we get those kills, and now we can take this tower as well. Always good to keep your eye on the minimap to see if someone needs your help, because if they do, you can help them, and you can turn situations around. Didn't use my Blader and King there either, but I didn't have to. I'd rather use my blade, to be honest. Alright, let's push this lane in. We're just, like, the amount of pressure that's being applied right here. Like, these guys kind of have to come top and stop us now, because, like, we're pushing into their inhib tower. So there's nothing they can really do, like, elsewhere on the map when something is really pressing here, because they have to go and defend that. So, what is this? That's Mastery, isn't it? No, it's Volibear. I'm going to smite this guy and just beat the shit out of him. I'm not really sure why he tried that. Maybe he thought Mastery would get there sooner. There's Mastery right here, but as you're going to see, I don't give a fuck about this guy either. And I'm just going to kill him too. Bruiser Fizz. Like, when you're... To be honest, I don't know. It's not even Bruiser Fizz. I'm just really far ahead. But yeah, this is kind of what Bruiser Fizz does. He just destroys people. You'll also note as well how I held on to my Q. The reason why I held on to my Q, like I didn't engage with the Q, was because, like I said, your W does more damage the lower health they're on. Like, it does damage based off their missing health. Which means that... And because your Q applies your W, it's almost like an auto attack reset in that sense. So I wanted to use my Q when he was on low health because it would apply the W. And yeah, it would do even more damage if they were low on health. I'm keeping my eye on the timers here to see when Dragon's respawning. It's respawning in 1 minute, which means that in 1 minute's time you want to go over and take that. And go see if this red buff's up. It may be up because I haven't had any control in their jungle, which it is. So let's take this away. Red buff from Fizz is really, really strong. He's all about dots, which is what his smite's about as well. And like his W puts a dot on people, and you know, that's why you get like attack speed, because you just want to like do on hit damage. So he's just like, red buff just synergizes really nicely with him. I'm not going to use my W here though, because I don't need to, and I want to wait and see if I can catch this guy out of position. I wanted to wait until that shield expired, which it did. Walk back into it, thank you. I'm going to smite him in my E. can just beat the shit out of him, walk away. And now I'm gonna keep applying pressure here. Now the thing about these frags, these kills, is that kills like that, when you're already really close to your tower, those kills are quite psychological. Now bear with me because it's gonna sound kind of like a bit far-fetched, but these kills are kind of psychological because people think that they're in, you know, like they think they're safe, and then you just kill them. And they're just like, yeah, just totally destroyed. And then they like start playing really passive because they're like, they don't think they can go anywhere without dying. Now what happened to this Mastery was, sadly I had quite a few cooldowns I couldn't use, and also I didn't have mana to E, which is, well, I'm 90% sure I didn't have mana to E, but maybe I didn't. Sometimes I tend to just not even realize these things when I'm already talking about other stuff. But yeah, I don't think I had the mana to use my E, so that's why I didn't use that. I used my blade and I tried to fight him, but my W was just about to come off as well. So it was kind of close, but I was also just like standing around on a bit too low health without decent mana or anything like that. So I'm going to go for a, what's this called? Frozen Heart now. Reason why I'm going for Frozen Heart is because I want to be able to, like, Frozen Heart is actually a really nice item on this Bruiser Fizz, because not only does it prevent you from running out of mana, which actually can happen a fair amount, especially if you use your E a lot in fights, because that does take a huge amount of your mana. Not only that, but the armor is very nice. It helps you be tankier, and the cooldown reduction is actually really good. Like 20% CDR for your abilities, considering a lot of your, like, the uptime of your W is quite important. Like, you want to be able to essentially spam it, I guess. So cooldown reduction is really good for that. And against this team, the passive as well, the aura, is really useful, because the aura against KO is going to stop her E doing so much damage. Against Master Yi, it's going to stop him doing so much damage. Against Udyr, that'll even help him. You know, it's just, even against Volibear, you want to go for round 2. Like, I don't have cooldowns anymore, bro. You don't stand a chance. So yeah, it's just a really nice item overall to, like, this Frozen Heart, especially against this team. A little thing to note about Fizz as well is you can actually escape by using your dash. So say for example you need to escape here. Okay, the Grump's dead, never mind, that's a bad example. But basically you can use your Q, this is my Q here, you can use your Q on a target and you'll like jump over walls with it. So say this may work here. Not only can you target something overall and like jump to them, but you can actually jump through stuff that isn't over a wall and end up on the other side, if that makes sense. I don't know whether this will work though, but I'm gonna try it. No, it didn't work. But it's really hard. Like, it's hard to find like an example of it unless you're actually in the situation. This guy's screwed. So, but you don't just have to jump over walls. So say for example, like this, I'm standing here and I wanted to escape, I could just like jump to the minion and jump through it, almost. So say for example I'm running out, like I'm running this way, I could just position myself to then jump through the minion and end up on the other side. Now I'm not really explaining this too well, and that's because it is hard, like I said, it's hard to explain it without actually a working example. But basically you can do that. You can just, if you position yourself, just say you're getting ganked or something. Like say, I'm going to try and, this is my last attempt to explain it guys, I swear. Say you were getting ganked and you were like here, you can just like run. Say you were here, you get ganked from here, you're here, this is your tower over here, and you're here. So you can just like run behind a minion and then Q through it. And that actually provides like a better gap closer. So yeah, it's you know, it's a little tip and it will help you, but I don't think I've explained it too well, and sadly, unless I get an example of it actually working, it's not going to be easy to explain. I'm going to split down to this bot lane here. I can just kill this guy myself here. Like, Fizz's damage, the cool thing about Fizz, I mean his damage is huge, but in addition to that you can just like troll pull your way out of trouble. So like I dropped tower go there for example, and I just waited for my fish to land. No problem. Let's go kill this inhibitor. Looking at my team, seeing what's going on here. Nothing too much seems to be happening. Kill them MF before they surrender. No! Still. So there goes our Fizz Bruiser jungle game. That wasn't the most interesting game in the world. Sadly, I think that Udyr had connection problems, but then again, we had a bloody Ashe playing without even having a mouse, so I guess that evens out. But I hope you can still see the power of a Fizz jungle. I know some of you guys have been asking for more like close games and defeats and stuff, and I want to do that. I want to show you those games, so I will be trying to get those games, but still, I hope you guys can just, these games still teach you some stuff. I hope you can see what happened, what went right, so that you can take that into your own game and have it work for you too. But anyway, thanks all for watching. I hope you have a great day. Go follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on stream as well. Those links are in the description. And yeah, I hope you're having a great day, guys. I'll see you in my next video.